record then. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about GuruNanda. This is a company that's founded in really having natural, high quality, really good products that we want to make sure that they're safe. But the key to this is a lot of times with high quality products, they become unaffordable for everyone. I will tell you, our CEO, which you're going to see in a second, is his passion is affordable oral health care for everyone. He wants to make sure that people can access and get the products they need to help support their oral health. We are a company that's based in the United States in Buena Park, California. And our CEO, Dr. Fresh, who you're going to see right now. Let me make sure. And is my screen advancing for you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. This is our CEO, Puninanda. His name is Dr. Fresh. He is from an Indian family. And so if you know anything about India, many of them are into Ayurvedic practice. So we, as GuruNanda, is taking that Ayurvedic, that Eastern culture, in mixing it into Western culture, as his family's lived in the United States for most of his life. But he has dived into those Ayurvedic roots, and he is a very big part of this company. If you haven't seen on our social media, he is active in that, and he is also boots on the ground at every farm to make sure that the essential oils are clean and safe and that they are of country of origin. He's invented the Firefly toothbrush. His family has been involved in dentistry and in helping to develop toothbrushes for many of these companies. And he has gotten the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur Award last year, and in 2011, he has 58 patents. So he is constantly doing new products. So we are changing all the time, but we're also really supportive and in oral care. I will tell you, the first was our retail site was that was the basis of GuruNanda for a long time. And now we've moved into our oral care products as he's moved back into oral care. But I would love you to go into our retail site and look, because there's a lot of wellness products that are not available on our professional site. So there's two sites, professional site and the retail site. Professional site is for the dental professionals to buy, obviously, their cases of stuff. So the price, we try to price point that at the best price possible. So that's what we're trying to give you guys. We also, though, our biggest retailer is Walmart. Walmart is their own thing with their own prices. And so somebody may come to you and say, Walmart has a discount. Well, that's because they're using whatever they do. But we will tell you that you can find all of our stuff on GuruNanda.com. You can also send people to find it at other stores or Walmart. But we encourage you to look at the retail site. I will give you a coupon code at the end to be able to get 30% off of our retail site if you're just looking for one item you want to try. We'll also talk about getting you guys some samples and for things you want to try at the end. So be keeping that in mind as we go through. Like, I love on some of our wellness, there's mouth tape, by the way, if you're really into airway, which I am, nasal irrigators. I love the vitamin D3, K2, and black seed oil. I'm the bone health and hormone specialist in dentistry and castor oil. We have an organic castor oil. Just look into these for your patients. Again, very affordable, and they can get them at retail. So I want to tell you a little bit about Ayurvedic practice. If you don't know, the basis of Ayurvedic practice is that it's really my whole oral systemic is what is bringing in here affects your body, and what affects our body affects our mouth. So they're very, very passionate and very, very driven to making sure what is coming in their mouth is going to be of benefit to them and not harm them. So first thing in the morning, if you're really following Ayurvedic practice, first thing in the morning before they swallow, talk, really do anything, they pull with oil. They usually use coconut, sesame, or they use sunflower oil. And those oils are their cooking oils they usually use. And they take 20 to 30 minutes to start to actually break down and then get thicker, and what's called emulsification, to bind and hold toxins. Now, if we think about it, the nighttime really does have the most accumulation as we have less saliva flow, as our pathogens are colonizing, and we're not having a lot of movement. And we are breathing through our mouth, and many people, unfortunately, too much. So we have toxins and pathogens. So Ayurvedic practice is to get that out spit it in the trash after 20 to 30 minutes. Our oils are fractionated. We're the #1 oil pulling, and our oils only require 2 to 5 minutes. And we'll see that in a study that you can reference on our website in a second. But we are really excited bringing Eastern practices into Western and being able to do it in 2 to 5 minutes, which is great. We don't want people pulling for too long. It actually is pretty hard on their TMJ. But first thing in the morning, again, on an empty stomach, doing the first, if people really want to follow that, the cleaning of that. Oil does two things: it cleans and it lubricates. So if you're pulling oil, you're cleaning. And we know that from our car. We have to change our oil in our car because it gets dirty. Oil does bind and hold pathogens, toxins, things like that. So our oils are 100% lipid based, and our oils can then attract microbials like we talked about. They also combine with the saliva causing what's called saponification, which it creates like a soap-like substance to help to clean the tooth surface and brighten. And so this is what is really used in oil pulling. Our oil pulling also our product has some unique characteristics compared to just using cooking oil, is that we also have other essential oils. These oils have been used in dentistry for decades. If you go to each individual oil, they have benefits in oral health. And we've combined those along with vitamin D, E, and K2 for epithelial and bone health. So our oils are pH balanced. I'm the pH You can follow me on Instagram. I love pH neutralizing products. We need them in dentistry. pH is the driver of disease. And so I also am a big speaker on xerostomia, which we'll talk about in a second, some of the things that I use personally that I recommend with GuruNanda. Our products are alcohol-free. There's no fluoride in any of our products either, except for one product that you can find currently at Walmart, which is an anti-cavity rinse. We do have that, but we do not have it on our professional site. We are trying to be the alternative to fluoride. We're not against it. We just are having that as our basis. So for right now, we're always changing. But we don't have any alcohol in our products, and there's no artificial colors and fragrances, no GMOs, and no SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate. So there's no foaming agents, which can cause hypersensitivity and sloughing or canker sores. So we don't want sodium lauryl sulfate. By the way, these are our scientific studies. Because we're kind of going faster today, I encourage you to get on our website. We do have research showing that we can decrease the load of strep mutans, helping control gram-negative and positive bacteria. We know coconut oil has anti-inflammatory properties, and also the study showing 2 to 5 minutes with our oil is adequate for binding those toxins. We do have a lot of different oils in our product line. We actually have a children's oil for anyone that wants to pull, but they don't like cinnamon or they don't like mint. We do have a berry. That's our children's one. It's perfect for people if they want to go ahead and use that. We do have, though, a cinnamon and ashwagandha and neem. This one happens to be my favorite of my friend Heather Keeney, who is the top hygienist for Bristle Health, doing salivary testing. I think salivary testing is going to be, in the next 5 years, where we're going to be, and we're going to be individualizing people, again, custom fitting them and using therapies that actually work. She finds this cinnamon, it's Ceylon cinnamon, along with the ashwagandha and neem, are powerful in certain bacteria. So if you want to know more, reach out to Heather Keeney. She's on social media, and you can find her with Bristle Health. But we do have other products that are, these oils are found in different shapes and sizes for your patients to be able to purchase either at Walmart, or you guys can have them at your office and provide those for your patients. We have these. I told you guys, oil does two things: it cleans and it lubricates. So I will tell you that these are my favorite products right here, because these are more of the lubricating. Now, people can clean with these. These are pulling oils. They can do them. But these happen to be oils that have very, very few ingredients, very few essential oils. This one in the green is just high quality MCT coconut oil along with peppermint, food grade peppermint. This one in the middle is my favorite one because it's just food grade MCT oil. Beautiful, perfect oil for people. And then this one is sesame and peppermint. Now, these oils are what I call my lubricating oils. Why is that? Because we're seeing studies now that our oil-based products actually are superior for our dry mouth patients than water-based. Now, we do have water-based products, and those can work, but they know that oil does help trap, kind of seal in that moisture. And these products, we have one currently on the market out in dentistry right now that happens to be one that you can buy at a pharmacy. It's right around or near $100. Our oils are under $20 at Walmart. These oils could be very beneficial. I tell people, kind of like you're putting chapstick on your lips, put a little bit in periodically throughout the day. You don't have to pull 2 to 5 minutes. This is for lubrication only. They can put a little bit in, rub it around all their teeth and in their tongue, and they can spit it if they want. I'm not a big fan of swallowing a lot of things, but these are, if you're not pulling and having toxins that you need to spit in the trash, these can actually be swallowed a little bit. You're not using very much. If you're obviously using more, I'm not a big fan of swallowing a lot, especially peppermint oil. But these are great oils for our patients, something to think about again as an alternative. So we're going to go into our oral care products. This is our water flosser. I was able to get the slide smaller for you guys. Our water flosser, we have the 3.0 that just came out, and I know you guys were interested in this and knowing the difference. We don't do a lot of talking negatively about other companies. I will just tell you what ours features. We do have, it has the pressure sensor is 1800, so it's got a great amount, but it also has 3 settings to it. So people can dial it down and have, especially if they've, after treatment, after implants, after SRP, these patients can then dial it down and then dial it back up as they heal. We also have a blue light cleaner in it. There is a timer, obviously, in that, and you can fill it with water. This is waterproof, and it lasts around 30 days for the. We also have on our website, I saw these were $39.99 on our website currently on the retail site. I just looked on the retail. You guys get a better price. We always try to have our professionals get the best price. And by the way, we will be at the AAO. I'm flying out tonight, red eye. And so AAO is in Florida, and that's the ortho. Believe me, we have a special right now on these for that show. And I always encourage all of my meet and learn offices to contact us or to see when, look on our, I always post usually on my Instagram. I have it posted, the specials for AAO. We honor those specials for anyone. Please take advantage of it. We have great specials. They only last for a little bit. And we rotate it. So we never know when they're going to go off. But our water flossers, I guarantee, because ortho is driven in that. And then we have CDA coming up too. But our water flosser also comes with aquapods. These aquapods have our concentrated mouthwash that has 7 essential oils in it. You don't have to use it. I'm not a huge fan of putting things in my water flosser just so that it doesn't gum up the line, but people can use these outside. They can use them afterwards, or they can use them in their water flosser if they want. It's up to them. But here is some of the things about our water flosser if you want to take a photo of this. And we do have tips that are available, $9.99 to buy extra tips on the retail site. So again, we are really excited about this. And I will tell you, compliance is always the best when it is used in the shower. Because they are very messy. And so this is one that can be used in the shower. We have our toothpaste too. I am so excited about this toothpaste. Our new one is our sensitive, which I'm going to spotlight today because I love the ingredients. I've written an article. I'm hoping to get it out in either LinkedIn or somewhere we're going to get it. But GuruNanda has their new sensitive. This has nano hydroxyapatite. We do have 5% of the nano in that. This nano also has, there's micro and nano both in this currently. We also have L-arginine. Arginine is a precursor, something that benefits nitric oxide. And so it also helps with caries. We also have xylitol. We have a lot, our children's formula right here has 25% xylitol and microhydroxyapatite. But our sensitive also has xylitol in it. That again helps with caries. It also helps with dry mouth and stimulating saliva, providing its natural HA, which we are grateful for. This also has a white turmeric that helps soothe. It also, turmeric's great for inflammation. So we're really excited about that. But it also has potassium nitrate, potassium nitrite is the go-to for sensitivity. And we love this toothpaste. Right now, it's currently on our retail site at $9.99. And I know you were talking about Dr. Jen's, what makes ours different. Ours does have a lower amount of hydroxyapatite. We are just jumping into the hydroxyapatite, kind of into that in the dental world. We are staying very low and safe currently. And I would tell you that it's because ours has a lot more benefit in that it has other elements to it, like I just talked about. And it also has a price point of $9.99, which allows your patients, by the way, you guys can buy that. Usually it's quite a bit lower. Like I've seen it around $5 if you buy a case. So don't quote me on any prices because they change all the time, but we do pride ourselves that our toothpaste, especially the children's toothpaste, has no dyes and no artificial colors. And so that's my grandbaby's toothpaste they use. And it's so yummy. If you guys don't like other flavors, I love the sensitive. I used it this morning. I oil pulled and did that. Sensitive is my absolute favorite. But I do love the strawberry mango. It tastes amazing. And its price point for patients, I think retails $5 or maybe less than $5. Our tongue scrapers are stainless steel. I love these because you can autoclave them. So having them in your hygiene room, showing your patients the coated tongue. I'm very big on talking about yeast, candida, causing pH issues, causing decay. We can show them that it can come off. These are fabulous to buy. They can be run through the dishwasher for your patients too. We are very known for our butter on gum toothbrush. This toothbrush has over 8,000 bristles, and I'm going to tell you its price point is amazing for what it has. This toothbrush stays up to, some people say, is it going to fall apart? Is it going to not last? This toothbrush lasts, but it has a great price point, and this is ADA accepted. This is our ADA accepted toothbrush. So we're excited about the butter on gum toothbrush. It was developed by Dr. Fresh. This was his first oral care, back into the oral care. This was the first thing he developed because he had a friend who came to him and said, I have cancer, I'm doing chemotherapy, and I can't find a toothbrush that doesn't hurt. And we're working actively with cancer institutes now to provide products that can be used that are affordable. Our junior toothbrush is my grandbaby's favorite. This should be the only toothbrush a child uses as their first brush for sure, because it's super soft. It has no latex, no BPAs. This is non-toxic. This toothbrush, also the little giraffe, they're the same size head, but the giraffe is a little bit more, I think it's around $1 usually up for our show specials, but it can also, the end of it can be used as a bite block. So any of you that are doing things with children, that would be a great thing. And patients can buy these again on our website or at retail sites. We even have stuff at the dollar store, by the way. And we're not ashamed of that. We're really excited people can get something, even if it's a toothbrush, of good quality. These are some of our favorites. These are the ready to go. These toothbrushes have our soft bristles, but they have also xylitol pre-pasted non-fluoride toothpaste on them. These have been great for dental offices to purchase, to have on hand for patients who need to brush. Like, hey, can I brush before I do that? There you go. The price point is extremely good. I don't know if if this one's on. I can't remember the things that we have at the show right now, but it's on my Instagram. I have a picture of all the show specials along with the codes. But this is something these are great. They're TSA approved. I carry them tonight. I'll have them so that I can brush tomorrow morning after my red eye. So these are amazing. And again, no fluoride so that you can swallow because many times you're not there. These are made of 100% recycled plastic. So we are trying our hardest, but we don't do any. People have asked us, do you do any natural toothbrushes? We've tried and they molded. And we believe mold is toxic, and we want to make sure that we have an element that isn't going to hold mold that dries quick. So expandable floss. We love our floss because it has no BPAs, no PFAs, no forever chemicals. This is a floss that can only be bought the small 10 yards. By the way, 10 yards is a lot. Most of the companies only give around 3 to 4 yards. Ours are 10 yards. You can actually for me, hygiene room, you just take out, I've lost my patient, then send the rest with them. Or you can buy 55 yards that we have of the cinnamon or mint, and your patients can purchase those also at Walmart. We have them on our website. But these are available. We do have unflavored. This has become a popular one for dental offices because they can use it with Curodont, with silverdimine fluoride, because they can expand it only where they need it instead of superfloss that's expanded all the way. And when you have that expanded floss all the way, sometimes you end up wasting the product, or you get the little whiskers on your patients because it spreads. So we're really excited about this. There's no allergens in this either. So, and it's available on the small 10 yards are available on our professional site. This is our concentrated mouthwash. It's part of the Aquapod. So they get I think there's 24 Aquapods that come. I was thinking it was 24 that come with the water flosser, but this is the concentrated mouthwash that's in it. This is for patients. It's in a glass bottle. It's mixed with water. There's 300 uses. It's to really help people save the plastic if they want to use this. And again, it's antibacterial, antifungal because it has our 7 essential oil blend. There's tea tree in it for antifungal and just a lot of good stuff. So this one is great for patients to use also, combining that Western and the Ayurvedic practice. We're going to go into some of our mouthwashes. I want you guys to know that we have many of these in the 3-ounce size, and then we have them in our larger 33 to 32 and sometimes 16-ounce. But the 32 and 33 have a pump, and we really encourage you to have them in your office. I will tell you the whitening is one of my favorites just because it's pH balancing. Hello, it's pH balancing. We need that. We need products like that. But it also has a low percent hydrogen peroxide. Now, what does low percent hydrogen peroxide do? Well, we're going back in dentistry to the roots of what hydrogen peroxide does. And it actually does help with perio and caries as it impedes bacteria and it creates an oxygen. So I'm telling you, this could be possibly with some patients, this could actually be something that really helps them with more than just white teeth. So I want you to kind of get away from the hydrogen peroxide being just whitening because it could be very beneficial for other patients. It also has vitamin D, E, and K2 in it. Again, no fluoride, no artificial preservative colors and stuff. Our breath harmonizer, this one is ADA accepted. It is 12 hours of fresh breath. If you use it once a day, 24 if you use it twice a day. This has a sodium chloride. That sodium chloride helps with the sulfurs. And so this is our only rinse that's ADA accepted at this time. And then the pink one is the favorite of mine because it was developed for the Cancer Institutes because they came to us and said, essential oils can be too strong for some people. Agreed. Totally agreed. That's why we individualize patient care. But they said, is there something that you could give us? And so we made this rinse. This is a beautiful rinse also for dental practices to have on hand for pre and post surgery. This is a wonderful salt water rinse that has neutralization in it. So it's going to neutralize. It's not going to burn because there's no flavor agent. There's no sweetener. And there's no alcohol. So this is a great rinse. And then your patients can purchase that at Walmart or on our website at GuruNanda.com. And the price point is actually really, really good for 32 ounces. So we encourage you to look on our site. And this is a great one for post-surgery. Really, really beneficial for those patients. This is also our oral care kits. We'll be sending these for your samples and some other samples by having me here today, but you guys will be getting this. This is each of you. The oral care kit is only available on our professional site. It comes with, it's really our whole, this is what we believe in. We love the oil pulling first thing in the morning, then brushing, flossing, tongue scraping. And we believe it's a part of the whole oral care regimen. And so this is a great product for dental offices to have. They can take them and separate them. We're absolutely good with that. I think the show special for AAO is, I think it's around $1. Look them again on that on my Instagram. But if it's around $1, our tongue scrapers are around $1, so you get everything else for free. And so I encourage you guys to look at that and see what the price point is for that. Take advantage of the AAO. And I love the little flossers too. They're great. We also have our pod cleaner. California just passed that it's a $5,000 fine if you put an individual, a retainer, partial, anything that's put into a communal ultrasonic is a $5,000 fine. Believe me, that is going to go across the country because it always does. Probably hits Colorado next. But these are pods that are individual. Your patients can purchase them. I saw them for $39.99 at my Walmart the other day. But you can have them in your office, in you can have them per room or whatever you want to do, but they have a stainless steel drum so that you can wipe them out. I use Cavi wipe, so wiping out with that. But they do have a blue light cleaner also, but absolutely, I'm still very protective. So I put the baggie, throw it in there with a little water, and then, I wipe it out still. I'm very, very cautious. I want to make sure everything's clean. But these are great for your individual. We have a lot of people buying them at the price point is really good. And you guys can carry them at your office or they can get them on our website. We also have the tray aligner cleaners. So if you guys are doing Invisalign or you're doing any kind of tray aligner, this is a hydrogen peroxide base, really, really gentle, but it helps neutralize odors and clean the appliance. So this can be used for tray aligners. And then our white strips, I like to end with this white strips. We do have a new sensitive that I just saw come out. I have no clue about it yet. I will probably find out in less than 24 hours that knowing more about this. But I'm really excited that no matter what, our white strips are extremely affordable for people to get. Their price point, I think, is around $9.99 on our website or at Walmart. You guys always get a better price when you buy the case. I believe dental offices should hand these out as like, hey, we're grateful for you, or it's your birthday or something, instead of like a coffee card. These have 7 uppers and 7 lowers, and believe me, they stick. They stick on. And again, they're a low percentage hydrogen peroxide. Again, low percent hydrogen peroxide. Could that be beneficial? Thinking now, could that be beneficial to more than just whitening our patients? Especially, I've heard dental, I think it was Dr. Novi even talking about using white strips to help control younger kids that are having caries issues. So, and I think it was Dr. Novi, somebody that was talking about that. So this is something, of course, you want to be careful. I would say 10 and up for sure. But ours are coconut oil. They're over the counter. So we do have a low percentage of that hydrogen peroxide, and that helps people not to be as sensitive, but they do whiten for sure. And then the last thing we want to tell you is I've been trying to get aloe vera in our products for perio for 3 years. And they were so excited to tell me that GuruNanda bought the Natural Dentist, and it has 20% purified aloe vera. I love aloe vera for epithelial healing, and it's shown to help benefit perio. So that's something you guys can look in for your patients to do. But the greatest thing about Natural Dentist is Stimudents was going to go bye-bye. And unfortunately, that was going to be a bad thing because there's a huge following. GuruNanda bought it. And so we have Natural Dentists, and now Stimudents will stay Stimudents hopefully forever. We will not change them. And Stimudents are great for interproximal cleaning. So I tried my hardest to get as fast as I could. Do you guys have, this is the DP30 is going to be your code to use for 30% off retail. Now, Valerie, I'm going to talk to Valerie too. That doesn't include any of our show specials. That is going to be, those will be on our professional site. This is going to be retail site. But I'm going to link you guys with Lene. Lene is our marketing. I will send an email, and she will be able to also help you guys out if you have any questions, or if you want to know if something's going to be on a special, or if you find something on our retail site that you want to order more of, she's absolutely the person to contact. And do you guys have any questions for me real quick?
Not I don't at the moment, no.
Some of them have patients.
Okay. Yeah,
I can still talk if
okay. Yeah. Okay. Is this Valerie?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Valerie, yeah, what I'll do is I can send, let me go ahead and stop my recording, because, and you guys, first off, you don't have any questions. about, did I answer the questions that you guys had put? I think I did.
I think that you answered about all of the ones I had asked about.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm glad. And are you guys interested in the water flossers? Is that what do you guys carry those, or do you just recommend, or what do you guys like to your general practice?
We do have them in the office.
Great.
And
Awesome.
I was just curious, we used to have the actual water pick brand and
Yeah.
switched to the one by Philips.
Okay.
So I was just curious if yours was
Is it the water flosser or the water pick?
water pick.
Okay. So I know the water picks are the ones that sit on the counter usually. And if they sit on the counter, I'm just going to tell you compliance is always less because people are like, it's so messy and it takes up room. I've been working clinically for 33 years and I struggle and struggle. I had a patient, which is really sad. She passed away actually and really struggled with oral health. And I know that was part of it, unfortunately. She had a water flosser in a box for, I think, 10 years. I've worked at my same practice for 33 years, and every time she came in, she'd say, "Now, how do I use that?" And I would tell her. I recorded it on our phone once, and she still never took it out of the box. So, we can't do everything for our patients, but we can provide them things that they're going to use. And I do know that the water flossers that can be used in the shower tend to
Ours
be.
is the one you can use it in the shower.
Yeah, so it actually has a waterproof back on the charging. So it charges with a C. We do have the C cord that comes with it, and it charges from the back. And then it seals it with a little rubber seal so that patients can then take them in the shower. 100% waterproof. So, yep, they're great because there's no cord on them. So they're just completely cordless. And you can also, there's a blue light cleaner, there's a UV cleaner, and you can fill it two ways. Again, you can buy the tips, extra tips, and ours has the 3 settings. And I'm going to try, Valerie, to send you guys, I'm going to put in a request to send you the water flosser. I will tell you right now, we are in kind of a interesting spot with demand and we've had a lot of demand and we have a lot of shows coming up. And so they just messaged me and said, we will try our hardest to get every sample that people want. But just to let people know that it may take around 2 weeks or so to get your samples. And they're working hard to try to get you. But there's some stock that's out of stock. So right now, but okay. I will work on that. But the DP30 can get you 30% off. And if there's any other things that you're like, you can reach out to Lene with an email and just say, hey, we were wanting to try this, but they weren't able to get it for us. Is it available yet? Or how can I best get that? Or, anything like that.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and I'm going to just stop my recording. So did that answer most of your questions though, Valerie? And then I can just set you up with an email?
Yes.
Will you, Valerie, after I do the email, will you email me back and I'll put that in the email? Just some of or you can tell me, I don't know. Do you want to tell me right now or do you want to ask around to see if you, I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Do you want to see what people are interested in or do you want to go ahead and tell me right now and then I can put in a sample request?
Let me ask them what
okay, yeah.
I know that we have 2 hygienists in, and they kind of lit up when you were talking about the floss. So I think that'll be one of them, but let me just ask them.
The floss, the expandable floss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The price point, I think at Walmart's 99 cents or $1. Oh, wow. So, our 55 yards on our website, it's on the retail, but Lene can help you to get an order if you guys want those for hygiene rooms, or if you just want to order the small ones. Again, for me, I just take the floss out, floss the patient, and what they get still 9 yards because you're not even going to use a yard. So they still get a lot. There's 10 yards on that. And so some of the offices are buying the non-flavored just because they're like, we don't want any flavor. People can go buy their flavor if they want at Walmart. And then they're utilizing that again for some of the restorative work because it does expand. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's get to, I'll send the email, then you respond back with some of the things that you guys are interested in. And then I go ahead and send some of the traditional stuff we always send. And then I try to put a few of the requests in. So as a gift for having us here. So I appreciate
thank you.
Valerie, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
All righty. See you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.